Here we go, everybody. Recording has started, and it is Twitch Warcraft Champions League number 2, loser bracket semifinal number 2. We just saw Moon advancing into the loser bracket final. So who's gonna be his opponent? One thing is for sure. It's gonna be an undead. But will it be the old school undead that we see here in the upper right of Secret Valley? Or is it gonna be the young blood? In the yellow trunks, we have Lucifer, the MVP of several WC3L seasons, the veteran, the ESWC winner, multiple WC3L and also NGL winner. Very, very decorated this undead is, and he has been the one who kept the Korean scene alive when everybody else was in the army, when everybody else thought that this game is dead. He held up the flag, and he is back, especially strong against Night Elf. So if he would advance into the winner bracket final, it's gonna be a hard time for Moon. But there's one guy who has something against this, and this is the up-and-coming undead hope we see in Korea. It is Believe, and he starts things with a Lich. Ghouls and Lich, this is very, very old school. On the other side, we see a Fiend and Death Knight combo opening. So this is basically the best thing that we could get in an undead mirror. We saw this matchup before. We saw these two players colliding before in the group stages. There, Lucifer smashed him 2-0. No chance for Believe. What's it gonna be this time? That is the big question here in this matchup. DK trying to harass right from the bat. Lich will creep up as fast as he can. And here we go. We have, of course, Coil first to steal the creeps, to get as much value out of the no unit play we see right from the start. Because, of course, Fiends take a little more time than Ghouls. So he has the tech advantage, but the army, nice Nova steal, so no experience on the Death Knight. And the rods go to Believe as well. So the early game for him, the very, very early game, without any problems here. For Believe, immediate tech, of course, a little faster than Lucifer wants. And, well, the first bit of experience for Lucifer here as well. This map is pretty good for Garg play, I guess, because of the two dragons. It's basically the same as Ancient Isles, where you can easily creep the dragon with 2 Gargs or whatever it is. And then you can transition into Fiends because it's better in the late game. Claws of attack +6 for the Lich, and this is a lot more damage. Death Knight still trying to steal something, but Believe's control and positioning seems to be very, very nice, and no chance so far for Lucifer to steal anything here. Maybe this time, nope! Still the 20 XP, the Nova is faster than the Coil, and we have a level 2 Lich with Dark Ritual, so he can sacrifice his own skeletons for additional mana points, which will be very, very helpful. In addition, Lucifer's Death Knight dropping down to 50% HP, which is crucial in this matchup. Nice deny. No experience to the Death Knight so far. Okay. Did he deny that as well? Holy shit! He is denying left, right, and center as if he would play Dota. What an opening to this best of 5 for Believe. Was the loss in the group stage just the fluke? We all thought, okay, maybe he's not good in Undead Mirror. Maybe Lucifer is crazy good in Undead Mirror. But he catches him off guard with his old school strategy with the Lich opening. He will get the boots and the staff. This is pretty common. And maybe it's his time to go for the harass. And we see no second crypt. This is no Garg play. Maybe he get 1 or 2 for the dragons. And then switch. On the other side, we see more Fiends coming. Tier 2 has been reached as well. But still a level 1 Death Knight. We have a level 2 Lich. And yeah, you see the inventory looks pretty damn good. But it's Lucifer's time now to creep, to get his hero to full strength. And of course, in mirror matches, hero levels are so important. Absolutely crucial. If you fight with a level 3 Lich against a level 2 Death Knight, that is basically one fight for you. And we have the first Gargoyle, and you will see the damage that this guy does against the Red Drake. Will it be intercepted? Will it be harassed? I don't think so. It has been scouted by Lucifer. He has his eyes everywhere. So, yeah. The Gargoyle is just melting through the Drake in combination with the Lich, of course. And this might not get him level 3, but he's getting close. And the Scourge Bone Chimes, which is nice for ghouls and would be nice in a Garg versus Garg fight. But in the long run, of course, we will see a lot of Fiends, a lot of Destroyers, maybe even Frostworms, maybe one Abomination, so this item is up for sale. And it is level 3. And that is, of course, level 2 Nova. On the other side, Lucifer, level 2.5. Fiends on 0-0, but he has 4 of them. The Gargoyle used to scouting now. Is there web? Oh, he immediately goes for web. He will need it later, though, for Destroyers and Worms. But that's a heavy investment. Here comes the Lich with the first Nova. Will he be able to pick one up? I don't think so, because there's plenty of coils. Yeah. And so that Fiend gets away. The Garg is gone. I think he would have loved to use it for the upper left fountain as well. Nice coil. And here comes the Nova of Lucifer. And I think this is Belief's time to get away. So where's the transition? Here it is. Fiends are coming. Tier 3 is finished. Slaughterhouse is ready. And so we will see statues and destroyers in no time on the other side. The tech is a little late, but the statues are coming as well. And the fight for that Murloc goes to Lucifer. He is level 3 now, and that is so important for the level 2 coil. And he got the big invul. He stole that at a shop. On the other side, no big items for Belief. He didn't use his forces are under attack. Staff yet. And at the moment he cannot use his army, which is basically a few ghouls. They will help very much in the first fight though. He gets Ghoul Frenzy. So if there's no destroyers or only one, then the ghouls will do very, very good against the fiends. But at the moment, Lucifer looking a little stronger. More sustainability thanks to the level 2 coil. But he lacks a bit of damage. Coil Nova for Belief catches that. But the item was again the big invul potion. So now Lucifer, 2 big invuls. And that's gonna be a hard first fight for Belief. He has the Orb of Corruption. He will use it on the Drake, I guess. Lucifer's going for the red spot already. Using a lot of nukes here. And he gets the dream! Lottery 1. Throw your billets away. This is Katka's Pipe of Insight. More mana regeneration for the heroes, more mana regeneration for the statues. But here comes Belief with the Creep Jack. A little too late though. First Nova killing that fiend. The Dark Ranger at the third hero. There's no coil available for Lucifer at the moment. Silent has worn off. And that was a little costly for Lucifer. But I think he will be happy with the spot nevertheless, since he has the dream item in every undead mirror possible. This is Warcraft, where items can turn the tide in a match, especially in mirror matches where everything is so damn close. Dark Ranger now for Lucifer as well, getting the invul potions here. And the Lich will be level 3 after this creep spot. This is Ring of Regeneration, not a big deal. At the same time, red spot for Belief as well. This is a Cloak of Flames. Well, pretty unlucky. But he gets a Tome of Experience to make up for it. And he gets closer to a level 3 Death Knight. He cannot fight without 3-3 levels. Lucifer has this already. Very, very fast leveling on that Lich. But this is no level 3 DK. And the map is almost empty. The red drake goes towards Lucifer. Scourge Bone Chimes as well will be sold. And what can we see in the base? Burrow is coming. More statues are coming. And here, nothing. Just another Ziggurat. He's getting ready. We might see the Temple of the Damned with Banshees later. We might see Worms later. Ring of Protection, 5 armor on the DK. He is pretty tanky, but still no level 3. Believe cannot fight this. He cannot fight this against 2 auras. Well, the one is useless, but you know what I mean. And the invul potions are still there as well. Believe went shopping with the small one. No heal scroll though. Shop control in mirrors. Key. Of course. Will the higher level Lich will make the difference later, or the more damage dealing Lich? It's not that much though. Nova on the Dark Ranger, slowing her down. Can he... Oh, no, there's a coil. So easily getting away. Believe can't fight this. It's impossible. And so Lucifer can chase him all around the map. He has a destroyer up, but Lucifer has the supply advantage, he has the hero advantage, and he has the item advantage. And without any creep spots left, how is Belief supposed to come back from this? Shop control is one way. Economy is another way. Lucifer is an upkeep. He loses gold. 3 gold per worker per mining.
A player's forces are under attack.
And he finds a creep spot for the Death Knight to get level 3. Circlet, also very nice. And with the assassin down, this is level 3. Okay, can he fight now? It's still a 6 food advantage for the devil. The first abomination is out as well. Great damage against the fiends and a great blocker. There's nothing like that for Belief. He's not building one either. The crypt is about to fall. He needs repair or to chase Lucifer away. Without fiend reinforcements, he can't do that. Remind you, Lucifer has web. So don't dive in too deep with the destroyers. Okay, now we got it. First Nova hitting and silence as well. The Lich cannot pull out a Nova at the moment. All 3 destroyers are down to the ground, but they're in perfect position to just slaughter the abomination. The fight so far pretty well for Belief. Killing the next fiend. Nova comes in, getting the counter kill, but the damage output for Belief seems to be a little higher. Another Nova coming in. Silence on the heroes, so there's no... Okay, there is coil, and he used it in time. I think the silence was pretty bad. But of course... Oh my god, the Nova appears before the coil! So no more silence! Next focus immediately going towards the Lich, but there is a heal potion now, but the army is completely falling apart. There is another coil, but will he use it? No, not in time. Lucifer bulldozing over him. The crypt is down. No more fiends for Belief. And oh my god. Without the Dark Ranger, without the silence. Can he get the counter kill though? There is a coil to save that hero. And the big invul. He's going for Belief's Death Knight. Pulling the invul as well. But I don't think this is gonna be worth it. The Lich is dropping another coil, but that was the second last one. He goes for the Death Knight. Is there another potion? Yes, there is. Belief with crazy survival skills, but how long does it last? Lucifer still on 51 food. The Lich is not incredibly strong. So that's not making a huge difference, but that level 2 silence does. Lucifer is running away here. He has a huge food advantage. He has hero advantage. And Belief has to get his Dark Ranger back, which was pretty costly and took some time. 3,700 gold left. And here comes the crypt. This will take so much time. This go by Lucifer. Very, very, very effective. Invul potion again. He only used... Oh, he didn't use one of the big invul potions. Belief was not able to trigger one of them. And now with only 1 destroyer up in the air without mana points, What can he do against this abomination? Lich not even close to level 5. To turn things around with a level 3 Nova. Ay. Looks like a 1-0 for Lucifer. But we have seen it all in Warcraft 3. There's every time the chance, especially when an undead is involved, that the new king turns games around. Okay, here we go again. Destroyers fighting, but Lucifer has the abomination that tanks so much damage. He's focusing on the fiends. Nice burrow by Lucifer. There is no scan if I see that correctly. Destroyer is down for belief, but Lucifer is losing the A-bomb in the process. Nice call to save that death show. Level 4 on the Lich of Lucifer. He is just straight up winning this fight, I guess. It's just too much. It's just too much for him. And the Dark Ranger is about to die for the second time. And there it is. No silence anymore. And one unit dying after another. And he can keep the pressure high. He's on the Blight as well. He gets the regen as well. Death Knight now. Way too far up front. Will he get another potion? Yes, he does. But for how long is the question. There is another Nova coming. Once the cooldown is off. And he can just siege him till the end. There is no statue. Lich dropping super low. And so there's no way for the Death Knight to get his mana points back at the moment without statues, of course. Does he have some Hail Mary plan? Repair coming way too late. Slaughterhouse down. No statues. No statues, and also, well, I was about to say no Death Knight, but the potion saving him. Twice the supply for Lucy. There it is. No potion, and that's the GG. Belief. After a strong early game, not able to capitalize from that. Of course, the transition of ghouls into fiends is always hard if you cannot use the ghouls you have to kill some fiends of your opponent. And then catching up with the number of fiends when your opponent built them the entire game. Pretty hard. But the item drops for Lucifer were really great. That helped as well. So I don't think it was entirely Belief's fault. He played way better than in the group stage. So I would guess and I would bet that this is not gonna be a 3-0 this time. After the 2-0 in the group stages. Waiting for the game, and there it is. Tons of fakers joining these games and spamming. It's not that great. So, no feedback on Twitter, so everything should be alright. I guess, since there's no complaints. Once again, we're trying to build a Warcraft Liquipedia with all the tournaments, with all the player databases and stuff. We need manpower for that. So if you're interested in some archivist's work, it's pretty simple. And if you have time, everybody can do it. Please write me a mail at backtowarcraft@gmail.com. Maybe we set up a Discord channel or something for like that. But we need manpower to give Warcraft some exposure. And what's better exposure than being on Team Liquid, of course. We're in talks with them, so that's good. If you're late to the party, I can't read the chat today due to some Twitch problem. But if you have any feedback, drop it at Twitter, back to Warcraft, with an ad in front. And the game is starting again. This time we are on a last refuge. Oops, and I forgot to update this. So, last refuge it is. Read more is up to date as well. So, here we go. Into game number 2. In the bottom left spawns Believe, who played the Lich Ghouls strategy. Pretty uncommon nowadays, since everybody is basically playing Death Knight Fiends. I mean, Lich Ghouls Gargs were the thing to go in like 2006 or whatever. But not anymore though. Fiends and Web just too strong for that one. Just a very easy counter. So I'm very curious if he tries it again on Lucifer's side. This is once again an early hero build. But will he go for the Fiends this time, or maybe he switches things up a bit? Undead Mirror in the early game, always very, very exciting. This is definitely a Ghoul first, later hero build order. So we see the Death Knight again. This is a little like the TD build, basically. Graveyard is coming, so Lucifer opening up with Fiends. And I guess we're gonna see the Lich and Ghouls again. This is an early attack, since he's able to build more Ghouls in the early game. Because his altar is a little late. My heart just skipped a beat, everybody! It's the most stylish hero in the entire game. It is the Dreadlord. Believe, even if you lose this 3-0, you get the style points for this hero, man. It is a very, very, very uncommon choice. He's very slow. He cannot heal. But there are strength to this. I mean, sleeps around, we all know that. Of course you can wake the hero up by attacking him. But you have this split second where you can just do whatever you want with that hero. And the big plus, of course, Vampiric Aura. If you play Mass Melee, which is, of course, Mass Ghouls, and that is so goddamn strong. Especially with Frenzy, especially with the Undead Aura. And here comes the Graveyard before the tech. This is an expansion. This is an expansion and Lucifer scouted this. Ay, 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 ay. Of course, creeping is super easy with sleep. But will he buy enough time to get this expo up? I mean, the build order of Lucifer is super late Fiends. So it will take some time. But of course, the base is open here. You can always spawn the skeletons there. It's no level 2 for the Dreadlord. But he sold his town portal. Where is the Acolyte? Did it get killed? I don't see it no more. In the meantime, Lucifer is creeping. Or did he send it away? Yeah, he sent it back. And now we see the Acolyte coming. This is an expansion. Wow. Super interesting games here. Here comes the Death Knight, only an illusion. Oh, he sleeps the illusion! That is so costly. Sleep costs 100 mana points. So you basically only have 3 in the early game. And he wasted 1 on an illusion. But yeah, everything is scouted. Lucifer knows exactly what's going on. But what can he do against this? He continues to creep. He got 4 Wands of Illusion. This is a lot of fake potential and a lot of scouting potential. But the expo is coming. So how can he interrupt the play of Lucifer now with sleep. There's a big potential of sleeping fiends surrounding them, killing them. Level 2 already for the Death Knights, and now things get a little harder because they have the Unholy Aura, and of course the Dreadlord hasn't. He didn't skill... What? He didn't skill Vampiric Aura. He went for Carrion Swarm? So that basically confirms that he's going for Fiends. Speaking of Fiends... 3 Fiends against 1 expansion, and there is no Necropolis. There's nothing to Town Portal to. And will he sleep again? It would be horrible. No, but this expansion is gone. It's completely gone. There's no chance to keep this alive. And in the meantime, Lucifer already on tier 2 with a Lich second. Lucifer just starting to... Belief just starting tier 2. But this is where the Dreadlord shines. Where you can pick up units. And Belief seems to have some problems here. This is of course unfortunate. Or maybe he needs to take a look in his playbook. What to do when Expo fails. We don't know. Okay. Goes on, and the surround is obviously closed. There's no way to save that fiend. And that's 250 gold. 15 gold. And it's level 3 for the Dreadlord. So now sleep gets cheaper. So you can spam it more. So you can get more units. Maybe this spirals out of control.
A player's forces are under attack.
What can he do with Carrion Swarm? Oh, he walks into a surround, but the creeps open it up for him. Unlucky Ensnare, but of course they always attack what joins the scene. So the creep check there is kind of risky. Dreadlord is waiting. He has boots now. That is so important because he's such a slow hero. When will we see the first Carrion Swarm? He has the level advantage here, and he levels faster than his opponent does. There is the Carrion Swarm and the Steel. One of the coolest looking moves in Warcraft. It is pretty strong against ground units. And air, but it doesn't hit buildings. This time the Necropolis is coming, but Lucifer has his finger on the Expo. Tier 3 is coming. He can get statues, and of course he will get more fiends. First statues here would be a great pickup for Lucifer, but he's not going for it. Of course he's going for the Expo, and he has to cancel both buildings. And here comes the Town Portal, so Belief cannot do anything against this. But I guess the Expo is coming again. Scouted by a statue. And this is finally tier 2. Finally tier 2. For the Youngblood. We saw Moon versus Reprisal before. That was a story of veteran versus newcomer. And this is the exact same story. In game number 1, the old school prevailed. So far, it looks like Lucifer will do the same to Belief. But what's his reaction? What is his reaction to this? He occupies the shop at the moment, but he has no... he has gold for that. First statues are coming. Will this be a Ghoul versus Fiend fight? There is Nova, and there is level 2 Coil if he finishes this Maggie. Belief lets him do whatever he wants. Belief gives him all the time in the world. This is level 3. Invis on the Dreadlord. What does he want to accomplish with that? Does he want to go for a Zeppelin? Sneaky Zeppelin play? Or Zepper play?
A player's forces are under attack.
Expansion's coming up again. Once the expansion is safe, this basically means that the game is won. And it is a Zapper. Is there the potential to do something? Maybe he can kill the shop. But he doesn't leave his base. The haunted gold mine is up, everybody. After the third attempt, it finally worked. And Lucifer is leaving his base. What's the Zapper gonna do? Of course it will explode, but where? And what's the follow-up? That's the big question. Believe very, very passive. But Lucifer is kind of scared as well, as it seems. Here we go. Where is he going to? Lucifer sees the Zapper. Now he goes for the Acolytes. The damage is not enough. He goes into the Ziggurat and down it goes. So it attacks buildings but not flying units or something? Oh, I always mix it up. Oh no. Okay, you see? No buildings. But yeah, that harass was nice. Lucifer is supply stuck for some time. And he killed one Acolyte. Which is not the biggest of deals since his tier 3 is finished. But he wants time. And he gets that time for the towers. His expo is running. He needs more lumber now though. More ghouls need to harvest. And tier 3 is running for him as well. No second hero, no third hero, no nothing. And the ghouls are coming in again. But okay, there is a town portal, there is a staff, and I guess he needs to defend this, but the towers are ready. At least 3 of them. 2 spirit towers, 1 Nerubian tower, but he spawns the Book of the Dead. What a lucky drop for Lucifer this is. Immediately goes for the scout tower. What can Believe accomplish in the main base of Lucifer? We will see another carrion swarm maybe. Oh, the ghouls are losing so much HP due to the spirit towers. It's GG. Yeah, you can't do anything here. A little disappointing, this Dreadlord game, but we saw carrion swarm. The harass that he planned to do, like the Mountain King harass basically, that did not work at all. And maybe it's time for the usual Fiend play. But maybe he thinks, okay, I cannot compete with Lucifer in the Fiend play. I don't know. But Lucifer sweeping Believe 3-0 and 5-0 in 2 maps, in 2 series, that would be huge. That would be absolutely huge. Whew. Oh, I forgot to play commercials. Fuck. Whatever. So, once again, we are waiting for the game, and there it is. These Korean leagues, man, they are so well organized. I mean, the players have to pick red and yellow. The hosts host the maps right after the game ends. The players join and it starts. It's so perfect. No shenanigans like the Europeans tend to do. They always have to fool around, but no, the Koreans, they know their drill. If it's in the rules, they follow it. So, Read More is up to date as well. And we're waiting for maybe the final game of today. Or will it be the big comeback of Believe? We have to believe in him. The believers are out there. We know that. Yours is one of them. This dude, this Believe guy, he has shown pretty damn impressive performances lately. But not in Undead Mirror. This seems to be his kryptonite. Lucifer seems to be his kryptonite. And he's about to drop out of the league. Everything you need to know about this league is on Reddit, reddit.com/r/WC3. There's a sticky thread, current and past leagues. It's in there, Twitch Warcraft Champions League number 2. You click on that and you go there. So there was these 2 players have been in the same group. together with Baney and Free. They both advanced, Lucifer winning that group, Believe beating Baney in the consolation final for that one. In the winner bracket, in the quarterfinal of the winner bracket, Lucifer won against Remind 2-0, very impressive. Believe lost to Focus 2-0. Focus is just on fire at the moment, man, it's absolutely crazy. Believe continued with a 2-0 against Minyok. Lucifer dropped out 0-2 against Lawlight, and I think Lawlight and Focus, they are, at the moment, the most impressive players. Maybe due to the WCA practice. I'm kind of disappointed in Remind at the moment, because he showed such a strong performance at the GSC. But afterwards, he wasn't able to follow it up. That's the kind of issue that Remind has at the moment. And we have a new donation by Real Krillex, $5. Thank you very much. This every single donation helps to support this channel, and the more donations I get, the less I have to work in my side job. So that is very, very helpful. And you see, Believe, okay, enough with the shenanigans. This is real now, real talk, guys. Crypt, Graveyard, Fiend play. We are on Nomad Isles. It is match points. 3 in a row for Lucifer. He won the game against the Lich first. He won the game against the Dreadlord first. So it's time for Cryptlord now for Believe. I don't know. But yeah, there is a difference in the build order. Lucifer is going for the early DK once again. He wants the scouting information. He wants to harass if he can with skeletons, because of course the graveyard is there. So if the graveyard is there, there are corpses that you can use with a Rod of Necromancy that spawns you 2 skeletal warriors who are pretty good to harass the acolytes. On the other side, Belief is focusing on more fiends, less hero action. So he will stick to his game, his side of the map, most likely creep a lot. So that's what we can expect from the early game. I guess it's going to be a lot more passive by both players, since fiends are basically, yeah, you can't lose a fiend in the early game. So you need a level 3 DK to defend them against the level 2 Nova, or Nova and Focus, whatever comes later. So you need the DK on level 3. So yeah. There it is, Death Knight, Death Knight. For the first time in this series, we finally have the serious play here. But yeah, in 2 series combined, it's 4-0 for Lucifer at the moment. Will he fulfill the 5-0 we're about to see? Of course, on Sunday we have Jera Cup. In case you don't know that. On Monday, we have a clan war between Korea and China. Starting 12 CET, so that's gonna be good. In case I get my NetEase to work again. Which is not the case at the moment. But I guess I have the weekend time. So it's all Gucci.
A player's forces are under attack.
Here we go. Here's the harass, and there's cooldown on the rod, so I think he will... Okay, now he jumps in using the skeletons. It's 4 skeletons now, and the surround on the fiend would most likely have meant GG, but no, he's going for the acolytes. Of course, if you lose an acolyte, you have to replace them. That delays your attack, and you get a huge advantage as the player who killed that one. Coils on both sides, coiling skeletons, coiling acolytes. That's something we rarely see. Well, at least coiling the skeletons here. But Lucifer is doing a great job so far. But Believe, at the same time, saving the skeletons over and over. 1 more coil available. How long do the skeletons last? The first rod is about to run out, but he summoned new ones already. And that was the final coil. This is Lucifer's time to shine now. This is Lucifer's time to kill. But he has to retreat. He has to retreat. The skeletons are all gone. Believe defended this very, very well.
A player's forces are under attack.
And he kept all the acolytes alive. That's a big thing. Lucifer invested 3 rods of necromancy in this. This is basically 115 gold. And he didn't accomplish anything except mining time. 10 to 100. Yeah, it's 100. Okay, so it's basically, it's kind of even. He got like 130 gold out of it. And the tech advantage. A huge, huge, huge tech advantage. Alright, so it was definitely worth it. Of course, Believe was in fear of losing an Acolyte, so he delayed his tech. And that's what happens when you do that. 1 Fiend for Lucifer, 3 Fiends for Believe, so it was a very early tech for Lucifer in addition to the delay. Level 2 and a third for the decay of Believe, and only level 1. So it's pretty equal. Both players going on a different route in this matchup with playing the same units. A lot of differences here. So what will prevail is the big question. Will we get a 4th map? Will we get even a 5th map? Or is it the end for Believe? Will he get into a club with Reprisal? The losers club of today. We have Lightning Shield.
Players' forces are under attack.
Is immediately sold. Can he get us around? Believe barely escaping there, but he gets the skeleton. That means level 3. This is so huge, man. 1 entire level advantage now. And I guess there's no time for Lucifer to catch up with this, since Reprisal is pressuring him now. The creeps are all gone, so he has to go for it. Lich is coming. Tier 3 tech is coming. Or is in progress. No slaughterhouse yet. That might get cancelled for Lucifer. He kind of takes this fight. Now with the Lich, he wants to fight this, immediately throwing the Nova to the Death Knight, who has to position himself a little more defensive in this one. And yeah, Believe backs off. He can't fight a Lich, that's for sure. And it's crazy how the priorities of the players are completely different. Like, Lucifer, he went immediately for the Lich, then for the tech, then for the slaughterhouse. If you look at Believe's base, oh, he cancelled the tech. But initially, he went for the tech right away, then built the Lich, and not even a slaughterhouse here yet. Okay. One, two, three, four, 5 Fiends versus 5. Okay, that's basically the same. Big Invul Potion. Neat little item for Believe. But the natural expansion has been crept as well. Lots of Rings of Protection, so this Death Knight can tank a lot more than his opponent. Double level up. 3 and 2. Okay, obviously, this is Dark Ritual. This is more mana for the second hero. So this is the calm before the storm in Undead Mirror. I'm really curious if one of the player plays Banshees. I can't see Believe doing that. Because Curse is great against Fiends. Anti-Magic Shell is great against Hero Nukes. But of course they are very, very squishy. So who gets the better ends? Scroll of the Beast. Not the best item that he could get. On the other side, Shop Creep, Claws on the Death Knight will be transferred over to the Lich. And this is Well of Illusion. Nice one. Scouting, and of course for faking. This is nice as long as there's no destroyer who might be able to dispel it. Oh, no tier 3. Lucifer can creep so much faster just for the sake of the Orb of Corruption.
Forces are under attack.
Invul Potion being bought. Scout is coming. So of course this map is very unique because it has these spots that can drop the best items in the game. Exactly this one. Dark Wizard, level 8, dropping Potions of Divinity, Scrolls of Restoration, Stuff like that. And he gets the Potion of Divinity. 25 seconds invulnerability. So this is basically a slot machine. You can get shit, or you can get the dream items. Stone token would be good. Maybe even the Fellhounds would be good with mana burn. And of course the potions, the scrolls, they're all great. Toe of Intelligence and... okay, the wizard is still alive. And he needs to hurry up. This is exactly the difference that the Orb of Corruption does. He needs to use the Nova. And his Death Knight is in danger. Is there a Zapper? Yes, it is. Oh boy. This is gonna be horrible for Belief. He goes in there killing one Ziggurat. And what is Belief gonna get? Wow, Scroll of Restoration. The best item that he can get. But the Tomb of Relics is down. No more statues. Aggressive Town Portal? No, very, very defensively. Okay, he does not want to go for that. There's no shop. The only thing he has... wow, oh my god, big mana potion as well. This Lich is a beast. Big invul, big mana, and the Scroll of Restoration. But he has to take care of this Lich. There is finally an orb for Belief. But there's no Dark Ranger. There's no Silence. Scroll of the Beast being used. Since there's no Destroyers, the upgrade is still coming. So this is free reign for Lucifer. Invu Potion being popped on the Lich. And that lasts for a long, long time. Another Nova. And Belief is dwindling here. Only 31 food, man. He can kill a Fiend in return, but you see it here. The trades for Lucifer are great, and he's basically down to only his heroes. The Destroyer upgrade is done. The Scroll of the Beast for Lucifer is so much more damage. It's +8 on a Crypt Fiend. And what can you do against this, man? The Lich still looking super healthy. The Death Knight looking super healthy. And the Crypt once again is down. The Death Knight catches a Nova. Is this the end for Belief? Scroll of Restoration saving him for once, but oh my god, is it enough? The Lich is in trouble. There's no potion but a coil. Of course, he got some mana back. Second Invu Potion on the Lich here, but the Death Knight exploits himself, or exposes himself. Here's the Dark Ranger for Belief. So finally, we have Silence. And the statues for Lucifer, they're doing such a great job keeping the mana up, like moving fountains here. But he was still fighting into Belief's base, and he is kind of recovering from that. Double Silence on the Death Knights. At the focus. Oh, here comes the Nova. Frostborn hungers! But no! The coil arrives in time in the last possible split second. There is more Nova where that one came from, but the coil, the cooldown is lower. So the Lich is back to full HP, and he has to be careful that the next Nova doesn't hit the Dark Ranger, and there it is! Coil again, saving the Lich for the third time. Invu Potion being popped, and the Death Knight is cut off from the rest of the army. He has to run away now. Nice coil again, and now the Destroyer for Belief is up, but what's it worth? 5 supply down the drain. Level 4, 3 and 1 for Lucifer. On the other side, we have 4, 3 and 1 as well, I guess. But the Dark Ranger is down, arriving late and leaving early. That's my favorite people in the world. And Lucifer still has this supply advantage, man. 15 food, but Belief again with his lion heart, fighting until there's no other option anymore but to say GG. And here's the Creepjack, level 2 on the Dark Ranger, but can he fight into this? He has a town portal, but no invul pots, no statue, no destroyer, nothing. Maybe he can cut reinforcements, like Moon did against Reprisal, but Lucifer is smart, sends them around. Continues to creep here. Lucifer playing this very, very, very well. Patient, not spectacular, not shiny. Oh my god, he can start this. He can never stop this. This will be the Creepjack of all Creepjacks, everybody. Lucifer notices this, catching it, but he only goes for the heroes. Potion of Restoration. Nice one. Town portal's out. He traded... oh, almost alive with the Dark Ranger. No! He left the item on the ground! He left the item on the ground. One Fiend down. Almost the Dark... Town portal wasted, mana wasted, And he handles the potion of restoration to his enemy on on a platen platter. Maybe it's Lucifer's birthday, I don't know. Maybe we should give him some presents. But that was horrible. A Hail Mary attempt to get this so important item, but it failed in the end. Maybe the Creepjack can do something. He needs a hero kill. But Nova and Coil connecting to the Dark Ranger, saving her for now. It's only 10 supply, the advantage of Lucifer, but he gets the Overlord, more experience, more and more experience, but the important levels are far away. Nova onto the Fiends, hitting good. The statue immediately, they are positioned way too offensive for belief, in my opinion. They always get sniped. Nice call, but what's it worth if there's so much web? Lucifer always with this one abomination, tanking so much damage, providing so much damage. Level 2 on the Dark Ranger, maybe Life Drain would be a nice opportunity. No! Down she goes, no more silence, and believe still able to let his Lich survive, but there's no mana on the Death Knight anymore. He gets some units here and there, but when the next Nova comes, I guess that's it. Yeah, Town Portal for belief again, and projectile still flying. Lucifer being creepjacked, still winning the fight, forcing his opponent out of the situation. Anchor Free Incarnation now, nice. This Death Knight will never ever ever die. Level 3 on the Dark Ranger, so more silence. More silence. We almost have a level 5 here. That could make a big difference.
A player's forces are under attack.
But just imagine how much money Believe invested on town portals that Lucifer never spent. Of course, he gets the Pendant of Energy here. 2 more coils. But I've never seen this before in a competitive game. 2 Granite Golems. That is one of the hardest creep spots I've ever seen in competitive Warcraft. Will it work? The Lich. Saved for now. The Death Knight will get level 5. What's the items here? I don't even know. He got the wrong Granite Golem. He cannot escape this. And he loses so much, man. He loses so freaking much. I hope this is worth it in the end. I hope this is worth it in the end. Scroll of Animate dead. I see some better items here. I guess Lucifer can just town portal out if he sees this. I didn't even know the item drops there, so that's how rare it is. But I guess Lucifer knows about this, right? And maybe with Zeppelin Micro. Maybe with Zeppelin Micro. You can't dodge Novas. Maybe you can predict it, but you can't bait a Nova, I guess. But he lost so much mana on that creep spot. The Death Knight is completely dry. But he can fight in his own base again. Tomb of Relics, of course, the weak spot is gone. So no more statues. But it's 57 supply for Belief versus 64. Well, 54. Oops, sorry. 3 destroyers coming. Web is everywhere. What can they accomplish? He gets rid of some fiends. There is silence, a little too late. But it's a good opening for Belief, I feel. Oh no, he's losing so much. He is losing so much, but he's the one with the remaining destroyers. But it's so much food. Okay, Lucifer has one as well. He's just bulldozing over him. Almost twice the food. Will we see the scroll? Yeah, there it is! Scroll of Animate dead. Tons of fiends, and he... But what's it worth if he loses his Death Knight? Wow, barely escaping. Is it it? Yes, the final fiend shot. And without the coils, what can you do? He loses his Lich as well. And Lucifer sweeping Belief 3-0 off the plate. Holy shit! That was one interesting series of Undead Mirror. I expected it to be a lot more boring, to be honest. But if you see a game with, or a series with Lich first, with Dreadlord first, plus the big creep spot at the end that we saw with the Scroll of Anime Dead, man, this is a nice series to watch, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Once again, more than 1,000 viewers on a Warcraft stream. 1 year ago, this was entirely impossible, so thank you all for your support. We got a new donation, by the way, during the cast, but I will figure this out. So, the loser bracket final is Lucifer versus Moon, the two old school players. They prevailed. In the winner bracket final, we see Lawlight versus Focus. So these are the 4 players remaining in this tournament. It is Moon, Lucifer, Lawlight, Focus. Next week, both games, both best of 5. Gonna be fucking awesome. I hope you stick around until then. We have, of course, Sunday, Jara Cup. Monday, we have Korea versus China. The very anticipated clan war that we're gonna show you with awesome players. Who is playing this? It's on Reddit. Go search for it. I will make a video about this, I guess. So, see you on Sunday. Maybe Remo is casting tomorrow. I'm not so sure. We'll keep you up to date on our social media.